So I don't think I've ever actually really asked most of the collaborators I ever work with, but I was talking to one of the other Wholesome verse guys who is going to be pulling back a little bit because he's starting like a full-time job. What is your end game for YouTube and Twitch and whatnot? Do you have one, or is it just keep going as long as you possibly can?
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely like. I've got an exit strategy basically. I will continue doing this for as long as I can, but I have a goal that I'm moving towards to remove my reliance on it as a source of income. And that is hopefully I'd like to buy some rental properties.
Yep. I know a couple of people that have been doing that.
It just seems like one of these things, like, there's always people are always going to need places to rent, and I remember talking about this really early on when I first started. I think in one of my first channel update videos, where I sort of talked about what I aspire towards, and something I've wanted to do ever since I was really young, long before I actually went to uni. But I did work experience and stuff in university, and obviously I had lots of family who went there. But I wanted to get student apartments and things like that, so that people wouldn't just be price gouged, because it seems like there was a lot of that going on.
Yep.
I just thought, well, what I could do is I could get some student properties, and I'd actually make them nice and not be just like, you're paying the earth for what is effectively a room attached to a kitchen with, basically you buy a 3-bedroom house and turn it into a 10-bedroom student apartment. Nonsense like that. And I just thought, you know what, I'd like to get a 3-bedroom house, and it be a 3 bed home, for a house of multiple occupancy sort of thing. And then I don't know, I just like the idea. Oh, I found one of those insects I think you were looking for, and it didn't drop anything, unfortunately. That was always something I wanted to do long before I even had YouTube. It was always just this sort of idea, like, oh, that would be a really nice thing. So when I kind of accidentally into the career of content creation, I thought, well, maybe that is now a genuine potential thing I could aim for.
Nice. I don't have anything anywhere near that lofty. I'm just going to try and hold on to this as long as I can.
Yeah. No, completely understandable. I mean, that's the thing, is that when I say, oh yeah, I've got an exit strategy, people think, well, you won't.
But no, it's more of a, this is if, you have to pull out. That's good. I hadn't really started thinking about that. I think we had to cut out for a second.
Yeah, we did a load of things. Just like I was picking up, just may have duped in my inventory, but that's fine.
Hey.
It looked like I was picking them up. I don't know actually if the game registered that I got them, but I was picking them up on the client side. It looked like. But yeah.
I hadn't really been thinking about exit strategies. I think up until the apocalypse, but then even post that, I've been kind of like, it'll be okay, at least for another X number of years.
Yeah, the apocalypse, I actually had a really long conversation about that during my 7 Days to Die stream recently. Someone asked, so, what's the difference, which one is better for you, YouTube or Twitch? And it's a really complicated answer to that, because they're very different business models. Your income is kind of tied to different things. But I kind of touched on the whole. With YouTube, it definitely feels like you don't need to do something. Like you can be doing a good job, like a genuinely good job, and something someone else does will utterly capsize the boat you're on.
Yep.
Because whereas Twitch is based on more of a tip It's kind of a gratuity sort of thing. It's basically like being a waiter. And so if you're the same person, if you're just being you, then you're kind of isolated a bit from what else is going on, because if there are people who like you and are happy to support you, then odds are they're going to continue wanting to support you. Obviously, global pandemic shows up, the world's economy slows down, just to prove me wrong, but but
yeah,
in a general sense, that's the way it works. But on YouTube, you're based on ads. You're not even the one dealing with the ads. It's the YouTube platform as a whole that companies advertise on. They can target ads, certainly, and depending on your demographic, they may want to target ads onto your platform. But if someone on the platform does something bad enough, a lot of advertisers will pull out, and then everyone's money goes down.
Yep.
And that sucks. That really sucks, because you had no control over it.
It was odd. I was... The, month or two around Adpocalypse were real spooky for me. Like, my money just cratered. But after that, I've actually been in a really weirdly, good spot, and I keep wondering, if it was kind of the same for everybody else.
It depends on your demographic. I know that I'm in a very fortunate place with my specific demographic, since it's highly targetable. It seems like it's a very valuable demographic to advertise to, so I get a lot of... Because the companies don't specifically advertise on my channel. They just tell YouTube, we're willing to pay more money to ensure this ad gets behind eyeballs of people of this particular group. And my general audience seems to be made up of a lot of people that happen to be in those kinds of demographics.
Let's see. I think I'm in about the same position. I think it varies a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine it does. Like, I know there's other creators who've got wildly bigger channels than I do, and get ridiculous numbers compared to me, that have said that if they had the sort of CPM that I have, they'd be on like 6 figures. But whilst I've got a good CPM, because advertisers are paying more to put ads on my channel, or rather, again, to put ads in front of... Oh, I don't have any bullets. Well, that's annoying. To put ads in front of my audience specifically, the numbers, don't give me anywhere near this kind of reach of some of the larger channels will be able to do with that. But it's been enough to mean that I haven't fared too badly. I mean, too badly. It's always such a weird thing to talk about. It's like, honestly, I don't know. I think it's because I grew up quite. My family were not very economically wealthy, let's say, and as a result, I've never really. While I understand the value of money, it's never been a particularly high driving force for me. So it always feels like this kind of weird place, because enough money for me is just enough to make sure I don't have to worry, basically. If I'm not having to sit there paranoid that my pets are going to go hungry or I'm going to be evicted from my house, I actually don't care. Obviously, having more means you've got like a buffer and security against things going sideways, like, again, a global pandemic. But outside of that, why did cuckoos keep popping up? So bizarre.
Are you being haunted by birds?
Yes. Huh. Every now and then I destroy something, and then a cuckoo takes its place. And I just don't... it's a phantom cuckoo. It's been happening the whole stream so far. But yeah, like I was saying, it's one of these weird things, because it's like I understand that different people, and certainly different places where you live. Like, I've got some friends who live in California, and enough money for them is drastically different to enough money for me.
There was a period of time, like early on in my channel, where obviously I wasn't full time on YouTube, and I was looking into doing like QA work in San Francisco, and I was trying to figure out, like, Yeah, how much would it cost for me to live, like, not comfortably, but, like, live in the city? It's like, oh, I'd have to have roommates. I'd have to have, like, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, maybe not. I didn't get the job, so that kind of solved the problem, but it was definitely one of those where it's like, this...
Yeah.
Maybe that state's not okay.
Yep. No, I completely get you with that. I'm gonna have a sandwich.
So I found the underground boss, by the way. At least the level 10 boss. I guess he's on level 11. Problem is getting to these guys is actually kind of wild.
All right.
Like
Why is that?
Grenades. They have so many grenades.
Right. Okay.
So it's kind of like this weird underground military group, and they just pile out of tents, and then just start hurling grenades at you and everybody in the immediate vicinity. So I'm like slowly trying to clear away everything around the boss, so we have some room to maneuver. And I'm getting blown up. It's a surprise.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Right. What level is it? 11?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna wait.
I don't think I'm terribly ready to actually fight the boss yet. I mean, maybe we are, but I don't know what kind of tricks he's got up his sleeve. I guess what we could do is just kind of clear everything in the immediate vicinity, poke him, see how scary he is, try and fight him, and if it's no good, then we just come back.
That seems like a fair way of dealing with it, honestly. I strongly suspect it's going to be nasty, but...
I know with the Insect Queen, we overcommitted. Oh! Okay. What is this? Huh.
Do not know. You'll need to give me a description.
He's putting down landmines. Oh, okay. This is interesting. He might be a little bit more doable. There's two bosses also. It's like a two-parter. Like two different individuals.
I'm almost with you. What's up?
By the way, I should ask, did you see that I sent a squad streaming invitation?
Oh, I completely did not. Let me go.
Because I just got a question if you streamed on Twitch, and I'm like, ooh. Probably means squad streaming is not immediately up.
Yep. Invites. No invites to display. I mean, maybe you're already a squad leaver. It should automatically work, shouldn't it? Like it says my squad, and then I'm in there with you.
Okay, so it must have worked. All right. I don't know.
Because it usually doesn't.
Maybe they're just watching mobile and they don't get that. I don't know. I actually barely understand what it's like to be a. I'll probably be okay for now. I barely understand what it's like to be a viewer of somebody else on Twitch. I don't watch a whole lot of Twitch streams. Like, I'll tune into you occasionally. I'll tune into, like, a couple of the other Wholesomeverse members. But yeah, I'm not an avid watcher of live streams.
Uh-oh.
I just don't really have the time. Because usually if I'm working on something,
Okay.
Yeah, so he seems to be throwing grenades a ton.
I just got to play with fire achievement, apparently. That hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Oof. Just gobble down some food.
Oops. Yep.
There we go. His shield is kinda down.
It comes and goes, from what I can tell.
Just having to dodge wildly right now. I do apologize.
I'll be back in a second. All right, there we go.
Yep.
I'm back up. By the way, you might want to try getting a dagger.
Oh yeah, for the rapid attack speed. Yeah. I mean, this is good for a distance sort of thing. Ah, damn it. Let's see if I can get you back up.
Yeah, I've thoroughly distracted him.
Thank you.
I almost feel like we should probably get some guns for this. Because he is barely capable.
He's almost dead.
Yeah, we've almost got him dead. But if we want to fight the other one, because he is barely capable of hitting a moving target.
That's a good point, actually. Interestingly, he is taking damage from his own...
Yep, which is why I'm hugging him. I figure I'm going to get hit no matter what, so it's easier to just get him with the poke. Whoa, it's the landmines that wreck you.
Okay. Yeah, it is, actually. He's down. Didn't have a chance to see what I picked up. Give me a second. Where will that have gone? I haven't sorted my inventory, so it should be at the end. We've got a modified detector. Summon a modified detector that will follow you and help you to pick up items on the ground around you. Wow, that sounds pretty nice. And hardened spine, strong tendon, ground a grenade, thrown weapon. I didn't get anything.
So we might have to kill the other boss. I'm gonna go quick repair, and maybe update my equipment. I haven't found a whole lot of silver.
I mean, the tech is kind of cool, but I'm not really sure it's an awesome item to have.
It seems.
I mean, it just goes around and grabs stuff, and I can do that myself.
Yeah.
It can do it through walls though, which is nice.
We're probably gonna have to go and cull a lot of our animals.
Yeah, I suspect so.
We have too many cows.
Yep. I am causing a lot of bleeding effects, which is quite nice. There you go. Bomberman went bad. Do you play many browser games, by the way, Wanda?
Not too much. I did when I was younger, but I haven't gotten into like a whole lot of modern browser games. I think it's just too many other games.
Yeah. When you play games as your job, it can be a little bit of a different thing.
It's definitely one of those that ever since starting this job, effectively, I've been far less likely to play a video game on my own time.
Yeah.
And when I do, my standards are almost even higher, where it's just like I start playing and I'm like,
I play a lot of games. A lot of games in my downtime. I tend not to play the same games that I'm playing for my channel, though. I play a lot of idle games. Like, a lot of idle games, actually.
I want to get into them, but every time I do, I'm just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, a lot of them just feel like it's just numbers for the sake of numbers, and I want to feel like I have more of a meaningful progression system to it.
I mean, to a degree, I think I'm not sure you have the right personality for idle games. I think you might be like, well, this is good, but I wish I could do it faster, which is kind of the whole thing of idle games in a way.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those where it's like Factorio has kind of ruined me for idle games, because I love the idea of these kind of progression things, but you know, with Factorio, you slowly just kind of expand how quickly you're processing resources further and further until, you know, you have a ridiculous super factory.
Yeah. One kind of idle game that might be nice for you. It's a mobile game rather than a browser game, I think, but it's one called Sandship: The Last Engineer. Basically an idle game version of Factorio, in a way. You have this vast like sand crawler, and you build factories on top of it, like warehouses, and then you build up like a conveyor, like automation inside each of those, and you slowly accrue resources for its quest and stuff. It's a little bit more involved. Oh,
I found the other boss. He's got a chain gun.
Okay, I definitely imagine that we want to be in close quarters. All right.
Oh, here it comes. Let's pull him back away from those tents. Those tents will continuously spawn dudes.
Okay. Might be hard to pull him. No, actually, he's dumb.
He's coming.
Very well. Hello. I wish to apply death to you, if I may. There we go. Got you bleeding.
You keep that up. This is working.
I feel that this soldier has not may have skipped out on the tactics.
He's shooting at me.
I know. What on earth is he doing?
I don't know.
I've broken my spear on him. That's it. I'm gonna drill you. Ouch! Ouch! Oh, all of a sudden, all of the bullets.
Oh, hey, cool.
Yeah.
Get
My
him,
spear
dogs.
is dead, unfortunately. So I'm gonna resort to grenades.
Why don't you go repair? I'll see if I can do some damage to him in the meantime.
I'll just hang back here and draw his attention for you. Oh, never mind.
Oh no, friend dog.
I'm using the grenades from his friend.
Whoa.
I feel that is a particularly funny way of taking care of it. Okay, I'm back to not having
Coming.
that.
Oh, he won't hit the other grounders. That's a bit of a
I mean, the
pain.
drill is honestly kind of hilarious against him. I mean, if he's willing to just take this, I'm willing to deliver. Stop shooting me, you scoundrel. Ouch, 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 bullets. Out, they hurt. Out.
Alright, he's almost dead.
I'll just stand here while you finish him
There
off.
we go, perfect. Got him.
Whoop. There we go. A doomsday remnant. Yeah. Boss EXE has crashed. Yeah, it did actually seem like Boss EXE did crash there.
He was just dumb. I love it. I got a shield.
Oh,
let's see.
nice.
Was that
How much of a shield is it?
Shoot. So it blocks 3 hits.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
And then it'll run out.
Sorry, but you don't deserve tents anymore.
So effectively, every 6 seconds, it'll generate a new shield.
That's reasonably fast, to be fair.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's not great for big fights like this, but it's useful if I want to get, if I'm just adventuring around, because it'll just give me 3 free hits of no damage.
Oh, these plants produce amber.
Ooh. I feel like you should yoink them and bring them home.
Yeah, I will. I'll harvest them first, just in case, like, uprooting them does not also give you a harvest. Some games are like that. Though, to be fair, this is one of those games where, generally, if you grab a container, it'll drop it.
Yep. I think I just got the location to another one of these. Yeah. I actually just got location for another grounder base if we want to do that.
Yep. I'm going to have to head back, though, to...
And repair. Yep.
Repair my gear, because so much of it is broken now. I've got to be honest, though, this drill... I was poo-pooing the whole, this can go through 40% of the target's defense and has 100% more durability, but that actually worked out quite well. Not going to lie. I imagine that the fact that this can go through 40% of defense really helped in that fight.
Yeah, how much damage were you doing per tick?
I was only doing like 1.2, but it fires so fast.
Actually, I haven't tried
bear
using
in
it
mind,
combat.
that is going
wow.
through.
Yeah, that's really good. Like, I think that might do almost as much damage. No, you wouldn't have the Parasect Thorn, would you? I got an item from the Insect Queen that gives you, like, just flat 4 damage on anything. Including the drill.
Right, I'm gonna head on back. I should have a Rift Stone, I imagine I do. Please tell me I do. I've killed so many of those Skylights. Please tell me. There we go. Rift Stone. Tonk.
Yeah, I should probably play some more games on my own time, because it's actually, like, really... I'm not going to say freeing, but it does actually, like, help mentally
yeah, absolutely.
to play stuff.
It's one of the big reasons why I play games in my own downtime, because that used to be my way of chilling out.
Yeah.
And then when I suddenly started doing this as a job, I lost that, and I felt that loss.
Yeah.
Suddenly I was guilty. If I was playing the game and I was having fun, I'd be like, oh, wow, I shouldn't be playing this on my own time. You know, I'm basically denying my viewers the opportunity to have fun watching me play this. And that was so taxing, thinking like that.
Yep. I was having that. I started playing Shadow of War a little bit on my own. And admittedly, I don't think I'm going to play too much more of it, because it's actually, like, kind of not as good as I remember it being. But the first, like, hour or so, I was like, maybe I should just hit the stream button and just stream this. And it's like,
yeah,
no,
see,
I can't
so
do
rough.
that.
Yeah, it's... I call it streamer guilt. And
yeah.
it... mind you, to be fair, I call so many things streamer guilt because they all seem to apply, or creator guilt, whatever. But it is, yeah, it's can put you in such a dangerous headspace, and it's been really weird lately. So many of the creators I follow, because I actually do still watch a lot of Twitch. I do still watch a lot of YouTube. I kind of like that as well. I'm kind of proud is the wrong word, but this isn't just a job to me. This is still something I really, really enjoy, both as a consumer as well as a producer.
Yeah, I think all of the creators that I originally followed that like got me into this have all quit or died. So it's like it's harder.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that, because I was having a kind of I was just thinking earlier that there's still a lot of creators on Twitch that I kind of get a lot of inspiration from, and I'm inspired by them, and I watch them and I think, oh, that's so cool the way they did that. You know, this is such a great idea. I'll see if I can kind of channel some of that. Sometimes when I'm doing like edits and stuff like that, it's because I've seen another creator do something like that, or I've kind of taken, like I said, an inspiration, and I thought, well, what if I kind of twisted it this way, put this spin on it. That doesn't happen as much for me on YouTube, and I think it's because the people that I originally started watching on YouTube, who kind of got me into YouTubing, have all stopped. Whereas that isn't the case on Twitch. There's still a lot of people on Twitch that I used to watch before really being a content creator myself, and so there's still a lot of that inspiration there for me. Watching them succeed inspires me to succeed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think I've just always I started YouTube mainly, gosh, I think because I was bored, because I was working a really crappy job. So I was just like, I don't know, people seem to be doing this, it'll be fun. Here, let's watch like Total Biscuit for a while. And
yeah.
So he was like one of the exclusive people I watched for a considerable amount of time. And then like a couple other people that just either have moved on entirely or just done Twitch. And I think one problem I run into with the Twitch is I do find a lot of people's like community interaction to be less or too much. I don't know. There were a couple of people that I used to follow back in the day that I'd like tune into their streams, and it was just a lot of like thanks for the sub, thanks for the donation. And maybe that's a lot of the reason why I have such a sticking point doing it myself, where it's just like, I wanted that level of commentary again from said creators, and it was much more about just like responding to donations or like stream chatter, and I was just like, And so I don't think I ever got
You basically want a live YouTube commentary.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. They are very different kinds of content, but yeah, no, I absolutely understand it. That's why, effectively, I've got 2 channels. One for those who like this kind of Twitch commentary, but can't tune into Twitch. Because I'll be honest, Twitch is like good news system. It's so bad. It is so bad. But you get a very different feel from a YouTube video, a video recorded for YouTube, versus a video on Twitch, or rather a video of a Twitch stream where people are interacting with chat. There is absolutely a difference. It's like I've explained it to someone before, is the difference between a book and a movie. They're different mediums, so the
I can see
is presented in a very different way.
I've also pigeonholed myself because I put all of my VODs on YouTube after the fact. It's like, well, I don't really have much of a choice but to do both anyway. And to try and divorce those two would actually be probably worse for everyone involved, at least until I can find an alternative. I've definitely been screwing around with more like edited content if I can. I have no idea if it's actually going to work out, but it's just like, let's see if I can break into a different content style.
I just genuinely enjoy editing. I get a artistic kick out of it. Like when I do something, whether or not people end up watching it, if I did it and I liked it, I like it. And it fulfills the same sort of place in me as when I draw something that I'm proud of. And that's enough by itself. In my Factory Town Let's Play, instead of just having like a time skip, because I do a moderate amount of editing in quite a lot of my series. Like if I'm just waiting for something to happen, I won't just sit there and wait. Especially in some games where I might be looking at it's going to take about 40 minutes for me to accrue the resources I need to progress. I could just go, just find a topic and talk about it. And I'm certain there would be some people who would enjoy the kind of just rambling me. I know that was a big part of what people liked in my Stardew series. It's just when I just go on chatting about anecdotes and stuff. But I think when I have those kinds of things in games, especially automation games, I'll just skip forward to when it's interesting again, when I'm about to build the new thing rather than build the same thing I've done 50 times already in the series. And in some series I'll just do a time skip or a fade to black and then come back. But like in Factory Town, I do this little thing where while I'm waiting, I just move the camera to certain areas and I just watch the town doing its stuff, like the things moving down conveyor belts and things, and then I kind of create a little like sliding montage of the town. And honestly, just doing that makes me happy that I did it.
That's actually that's a cool idea.
It's really it's like drawing something that I'm proud of at that point. And this is what I've tried to explain to a lot of people. I enjoy editing. I don't enjoy the monkey work of editing. Just okay, I'm just gonna add a little dip from black at the start and a dip to black at the end, that topping and tailing, that sort of stuff. That's just humdrum. It's just grinding, really. But the more artistic things that I can do, I really enjoy that. I actually get something out of that. Right, let's see about repairing these. Donk. Perfect. I have yet had... Oh, I shouldn't say this. Ah, yeah, there we go. I've yet to have a thing fail to repair so far.
I've had it happen like once or twice, but not much.
It says it's possible, so I have to assume that it will happen eventually. But so far, it just really hasn't. There we go. But yeah, I really, really enjoy editing on YouTube. And when I don't do that, I start to be a little bit sad, I guess. It's like, oh, I'm missing out on the opportunity to be a little bit more fancy with my editing. So I don't think I'll ever stop doing recorded for YouTube, like bespoke videos, because that would take away that. I don't get on too much with editing stream stuff. I know some people do really well with that, where they can take their stream footage and they can edit it together, and you're like, I thought this was just being recorded for YouTube. I had no idea this was, because they're going through and painstakingly removing anything that would break the illusion or betray that they're talking with chat a lot in between the cuts. That is a skill that I do not have. Maybe
I don't have that either. I've
know.
thought about it. I had a friend do that for me. I hired him for a video, and I was like, let's just see what you can do. And the answer is he did a great job, but it also felt very strange because it wasn't me. It was
right.
This doesn't. This feels. I mean, it's cool, but it feels wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I totally get where you're coming from with that. I'm sorry, cows. I really am. Please forgive me. Let's go ahead and grab some seeds. I brought up, I've got 50 blood mushrooms. I should find them.
You had 50?
Yep.
Dang.
Just from gathering, I had like 4 on my island, but they had grown up to like you said, sometimes they have like triple kind of sprouts.
Yeah.
And these ones were, quite numerous. Sprouted. I think it was like more like 8 of them.
Okay.
But they had been growing for a long time. I planted them like right at the beginning of our last stream, so I don't know if they just over time become more and more and more. But I was a little bit surprised when I saw that I had 50 in my inventory. But there we go, all planted. Getting some nice little fields there.
See, do you have much silver, by the way? Because we might want to expand the lift.
I haven't been doing much on the... I've got
lowest
one
floors,
silver
right?
ore, unfortunately. But I will start paying attention to the lowest floors next.
Yeah, it's no immediate rush. I was just thinking if we could get down... seeing as we've actually killed the boss on this floor... Oh, shoot. Let's see. I should probably actually come back. I still have the quest to get the fusion pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I haven't progressed.
Just to answer someone who just asked a question in chat, because apparently they answered in your chat as well. Aavak, I know that you enjoyed playing both Dragon Quest Builder games. Have you seen the Dragon Quest Builders 3D animated movie? I have not. And I have been asked this several times, and I also really want to watch it. I've just never had the time, or never seen it when I did have the time.
I don't think it's a Builders movie. I think it's just Dragon Quest.
That would make sense. Because the Dragon Quest Builders is it's kind of like an offshoot franchise, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very niche. I'm pretty sure it's just a Dragon Quest movie. I looked into it. It looked... I think it had, like, mediocre reviews, and I'm like, I should watch this at some point, but I just... I don't know. Yeah, because I have such limited time, it's just like, it's hard to immediately justify... I'm going to decow us a bunch.
Oh, that's fine. I just did the same. Popping on a bunch of the meat here. Just going, nah. Poor beefs.
Poor beefs. Okay,
I guess so many people who say, you do know they're called cows. I'm like, yes, of course I know they're called cows. I just like calling them beefs, okay? Yeah. It's actually from... did you ever watch like Weeble and Bob? Little web cartoon. Little eggs that kind of rock. You wouldn't get the reference then. But Weeble calls cows beefs. And that's where it's from. I just always call them beefs now as a result.
By the way, what armor are you wearing?
I'm currently wearing a strong grounder outfit.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
But, obviously I'm wearing my assassin garb because I'm gothy. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Sweet ham. Yes, please. Eh.